So let's compare the teams like in terms of positions and all of that. Now, goalkeeper, I think we can agree that Donnarumma is miles ahead of Sanchez.
Oh yeah.
Even though PSG are trying to ship him out, and that's crazy. I don't know why, but I mean, I would take Donnarumma every day. In terms of defense, who do you think has the better defense, PSG or Chelsea?
You can even argue how many. I mean, how many players in general? How many players would even fit into? How many Chelsea players would fit into this present PSG team?
PSG setup,
You know.
maybe Cucurella, and that's
Yeah,
it.
so that's the easiest way to
Yeah,
even argue this because if you match this, defense, midfield, attack, you could probably say maybe we have
maybe
slightly
midfield.
edge in midfield because
I
we
agree.
have
Yeah,
we have we have players who are much more,
dynamic,
reliable
I
and
guess. Yeah,
dynamic. We're talking about 200 pounds worth of midfield. No one is arguing about the money we paid for Fernandez or Caicedo. Those guys
no,
are actually putting in a big shift when it comes to performances, game in, game out. So
yeah.
if you look at the defense, obviously we're lightweights in defense. You can't you interestingly, you can make some argument that Cucurella, our left back, has done quite well compared to Mendes.
That's what I said. Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
one. I think
yeah.
I'll take Cucurella over
So
Mendes a
I'll take
hundred times
Cucurella
over.
over Mendes, yeah,
Yeah,
simply because of what Cucurella has done over the past 18 months. If Cucurella's form has been like this since he went for the Euros, you know,
exactly.
he has been on top of his game. Rhys James is another one. If not for the injuries, I can obviously match him with Hakimi, but I get that Hakimi has more in terms of output. He's been playing more. He's
I,
been
I think,
featuring more
yeah,
in
I
games.
think, yeah, I think on that,
Consistency. There's
yeah,
consistency more with Hakimi compared to Rhys James because you're not sure if Rhys James you would see a fit Rhys James on the pitch. What do you
true,
think?
yeah, yeah. If you take out the injuries, from of Reece James and the way he's being played, I have to understand that the way Martial wants to play, he wants to invert one of his fullbacks and keep
Yeah.
the other one as like an emergency centre back. Now that doesn't really help Reece James's style of play. We know Reece James is like I mean, people were comparing him to Arnold going forward. That's how good he
Yeah.
was, or he is. He gets to the bar line and overloads that right wing and whips in a cross or whips in a pass that is dangerous, that can cause kill. That's Reece James' style of play. Now he's having to come in deep, come into the midfield, invert. That is not his forte. So I can personally, if you take out the injuries, I'll take Reece James over Hakimi. Now that might be just me being a Chelsea fan, but I think Reece James is, if you take out the injury, James is probably better than Hakimi. But yeah, it's not far off. um, where do you think this game will be? Oh, Chess is back. Where do you think this game will be won or lost for either team? Midfield, defense, attack. Mm, Where do you
I
think?
think it's midfield. You can't look at anywhere else in the field. If you look at the positioning of the players, I think a lot
Yeah,
of it is in the midfield, especially for Chelsea. This game will be won in the midfield if we're able to control the midfield. For PSG, this game can be won anywhere. It can be won across the front line. We haven't even talked about the firepower. Maybe we'll get to the firepower of PSG. If you think about the players they have, Kvaratskhelia,
yeah,
Doué,
Dembele.
Dembele, those guys, they can change, they can
Interchange. Yeah,
change across the front line. And I can't even remember how many goals they've scored. They've scored. I think they've scored the most amount of goals in the domestic league. So I think they're doing very well.
very
That
good. Yeah,
they can win the game in any position. If you even look at the midfield they have, Vitinha is good. Ruiz also holds the ball quite well. He's always looking forward, passing the ball forward. They have a strong leader at the back, Marquinhos, who is obviously going to show leadership as well. Don't even get me started with Donnarumma. I mean, so this is what I'm saying. So sometimes, if you think about our attack, how can we obviously make sure every shot we get on target is actually converted a goal? You have that kind of goalkeeper there, so chances are you need to be really, really on your game if you're
on
going
your
to
game.
be
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
goalkeeper. But you can't say the same with Sanchez.
yeah.
He's not he's obviously a big
It's not up to
worry
it.
in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He's a big worry. Yeah. Of course, one battle I'm looking forward to is Due, Due or Dembele against Cucurella. That would be an interesting one because so far in the last, I think Chelsea have lost two games in 14 games, in the last 14 games.
Yeah,
which when you think about it is actually commendable.
yeah.
Now Due against Cucurella is one battle I want to see. We know Due is very skillful. He knows how to beat his man. And we know Cucurella is very stubborn. He's like a leech. He
Very
stays on
aggressive.
you.
Very
Very
aggressive.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to see who comes out on top there.
I think
We'll see.
Cucurella will cook him. I think Cucurella will cook him. Like he would. I don't think Cucurella will give him any breather.
Yeah,
Cucurella is the kind of person who would hit you. He'll go on into the challenge just to just throw you off, and that can just destabilize your game. And one thing we've seen from Cucurella is over the years, he's developed the way he kind of approaches going into those offensive tackles. In the
yeah,
past, the thing you would see the way Cucurella would go for the ball, and it's very, very rash, sometimes very aggressive. But now it's always very calculated. When he goes for the tackle, he tries to win it, and this is something that we want to see. It's a big worry. You can imagine a player like Cucurella, we don't have a backup for him. There's no backup.
That's ridiculous.
There's,
I hope
there's,
I hope we sign one this summer. I hope
yeah,
so.
there's no backup. So if he's
Yeah, there's no
injured,
backup.
who plays there? There's no backup. So
Yeah.
I think we still have a lot to do in the transfer window, but as you said, I think the battle between Cucurella and Doué, I think Cucurella will cook it. I mean, I don't see any.
Chilwell, Chilwell.
Yeah. Oh Ben. Oh no,
No,
Ben
please
Chilwell
don't
is
start. Please. It's not that guy is on holiday. There's no need. Just let's forget about him.
Is he back? Is he back? I think he's back to
He's
training
back.
now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think he's
back.
back now.
He's training with the other with Felix and the others at Cobham, yeah. So it's not
Hopefully, maybe Arsenal can get him off our hands, or Manchester United.
yeah.
Hopefully,
Chase, do us a favor, eh? Don't worry, 30 million. We'll give you a discount.
Where are your
Family and
we're giving
friends.
him
where are your
discount.
dogs?
30 million is too much. We can take him off our books for 15, half the price.
You see?
If you want us to add more players, we add Badashile to it. Badashile, we add him. We give you two
and
for
this
one.
and Disasi.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at something, right? I've thought about this very carefully. Um, Looking at the bench, weirdly enough, this might be very, very bold thing for me to say. I strongly believe Chelsea potentially have more changers on the bench than PSG. Now, the reason I say this is because apart from Bakola, look at the PSG bench. Who do they really have that can change a game? Chase, do you agree with me? Or do you guys agree with me, really?
Well, I think so because PSG they are heavy on the starting lineup, so they don't really have much on the bench, but they have the team that will do the work. But Chelsea have a lot of players, but they've not really proven themselves.
I think it's correct. I think PSG they're light when it comes to the
Squad
bench,
depth.
the squad depth, but you can't dismiss the fact that the 11 players on the field can actually do the job. So this is not a case of thinking that they're not reliable or something. So if you hope and think that our bench players might be the ones who will turn around the game, you might not even have that opportunity because the first 11
True.
can they can
Yeah,
just
we'll do justice.
blow you off the water, and and that's it. So I think we have more in terms of depth in
And the
the
team.
bench players in the team substitutes, but that's not to say we have a better chance of winning the game, so to speak. Um, I think the red card might be a big issue. Like we said, we already talked about how there's the young player who's going to come in, who have to come into the starting 11. So those are
Yeah.
that would look more of an advantage for us, but PSG have a lot of winners in their team, and they can obviously turn this game around through anyone in the team. So I think we just have to be very careful in terms of how we sort of approach the game. I think we have to slow this game. If you really think about it, we can't win this. We can't win this team by actually just playing offensively and trying to,
No. I think what we do
completely.
now. I hope this will happen. I suspect what will happen is PSG are a team that when they float forward, they go forward.
Yeah,
Now we are a
exactly.
team that are very dangerous on the break.
Yeah,
I hope we can capitalize on that one. And in terms of slowing the game, I'm not worried about that. Chelsea play very passive football,
yeah.
very slow and sometimes annoying. So I hope that works in our favor. We can't be too
Yeah.
fast. We have to take
Yeah.
our time. frustrate them, make them rush into those challenges, then catch them on the
Exactly.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you think your man of the who would you pick for your man of the match? Either team.
Either team. Huh. Who's my man of the match? Maybe if João Pedro takes the same boots he actually wore in the semi-final, maybe
In the
he'll be the man of
semi-finals.
the match. I think it is actually it's going to be on it would probably be based on who wins the game. You know, if you have if PSG wins this game, then obviously the top performer in the team, let's say maybe if you have Dembele on top form or Kvaratskhelia on top of
Yeah.
his, they could easily win the play of the match. But if Chelsea wins this, it would either be one, a clinical strike from someone that just
Yeah.
sort of blows the game up, and the game just ends that way, or
Yeah.
you have relentless defending as well. Okay. Who knows? Maybe Sanchez can be the man of the match if he's able to pull off some sort of wonderful saves. But between me and you, I don't trust Sanchez to even, stop, hold on to the ball, let alone save the shots from the opposition. So
Yeah.
my pick, if it's Chelsea, I'll probably say João Pedro.
Okay.
An alternative would be perhaps maybe Caicedo, as I said, depending on if he plays and if he's on top of this game, especially making sure he dictates what's going on in the midfield.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think if Chelsea wins, probably João Pedro, Palmer, I think. Now, if I personally, I think if PSG wins, no, I think we'll create chances. I think we are sleeping on Donnarumma. I think Donnarumma might just be the man of the match because he would actually pull up some saves tomorrow.
Oh,
Like, I mean, we've seen it before.
what you're saying is very bold, because for
Yeah,
Donnarumma to win man of the match, that would mean Chelsea would have pumped him with a lot of shots.
yeah, I think so.
And
What I'm
Chelsea's
saying is,
not that team. Chelsea only has those chances when they play against lower opposition. If you
yeah,
get
I
what I'm
think
saying.
that's why I'm hoping. Yeah, I know it's bold. I think what would happen is we would hit them on the break a lot of times, and normal will probably make a lot of sense. I don't think that we'll get pumped 4-0 like Madrid,
No,
and
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think so.
No,
I
no.
think the 2-1 game, 1-0, 3-2,
It's gonna be a tight
3,
game.
yeah, it's gonna be a tight game. I don't think it's as crazy as people think it's going to be. It is not going to be that way. For score prediction, now I have two score predictions in me. My
Yeah,
heart, my heart tells me Chelsea win 1-0. Now my head tells me PSG probably wins 2-1. They probably win 2-1. I don't know what it will be. I hope we win 1-0. That's all I hope really. But my head is saying PSG probably will just edge it to anybody. So I
you
don't
know
know
the
what's your score prediction?
thing me personally, when it comes to Chelsea, I tend to not saying this in a slightly off way, but I tend to always follow my heart instead of my head. So I think with this game, I will probably say maybe 1-0 in favor of
I'll
Chelsea.
I'll take that.
I don't see too many goals if we're going to win the game. If Chelsea are
Yeah.
going to win the game, I don't see us scoring, like, we can't blow PSG and say we're scoring 3-0.
Nah, nah,
That's not going to happen. So
nah, not gonna
I
happen.
think Maresca will probably be okay with the 1-0. I think we need to score first. Yeah. If we score first, yeah,
Then
and
we are in control.
then we're in control. Then the onus is on PSG to see how they can,
To
turn
get
the
a goal back.
the
Yeah.
score around. And then that's where you need all the leaders. We're not saying this, but our central defenders, they need to be very good. If
Oof,
you look at
yeah.
if you look at
Cole is a liability.
Howell.
It's a liability.
Cole is, I don't know. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not good, and sometimes
I don't think it's good. I
sometimes
don't see I
sometimes
don't
Cole, yeah, sometimes Cole argues more with his fellow teammates
teammates.
instead of
Yeah.
actually focusing on the game. You know, I know he's trying to show leadership, but sometimes you lead by example by just showing how good you are. Dictate the play. Try to stop all the balls coming in. Be a presence when it comes to commanding your box, and try to see how you can intercept any crosses and so on. So I think that's going to be a very huge factor when it comes to trying to see how we can get the result out of this game. The problem I have is we know Cole is going to be there. Who is going to partner him? That's another big problem. That's a big question. You know,
I
I would
I
probably
think he
say
probably I probably I think yeah, based on
I'll
form
probably
I
say
probably.
Chaloba, yeah.
Oh, you said Chaloba? Now
Or
left for
Neto.
me. Left for me. I'd have picked Tosin and Chaloba to even start. I won't start to Kobe. Left for me.
I
I,
think
I don't
Cole.
Kobe. I have a problem.
Cole is going to start.
Yeah, he will
Um,
start unfortunately.
I think he's
Now
going to start.
Maresca,
He tends
because
to
I don't
start.
think
He tends to start the big games. Yeah.
because I don't think Maresca and Chelsea rate Chaloba, even though I think he's easily our best defender right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Tosin. Yeah. Tosin can be very passive in the game. You see him sometimes
Exactly.
and he's in the team, but it doesn't feel like as
It's
if
just
he's
yeah,
contributing anything to the team. And then from nowhere, there's a set piece, and then he's on the end of it, and then he scores.
exactly,
You know, that's
exactly.
the kind of performance you get from him. But someone like Chaloba is very, very grounded when it comes to defending. Yeah. And I was even surprised. You saw the last game where he made that pass to, was it Cole Palmer? He was the one who made that
Yeah, he was the one.
line
Yeah,
pass through the
yeah,
line,
exactly,
straight to
exactly.
Cole Palmer, all the way from the half of the
Field, yeah,
field. And that's something that we want to see. We want to see players who are able to take that initiative because trust me, when this game starts, you will see the likes of Vitinha and what was the other guy's name? The midfielders, yeah.
Fabian Ruiz.
Bien Ruiz, you will see them
Yeah,
try to get at our midfield. Okay. Then you need our defenders to see how they can sort of come slightly forward and try to make those sort of through the line passes. So that's why we need people like Neto. Neto needs to also be on top of his game. He needs to try to see how he
yeah,
can take on players as well.
yeah.
So
I mean, he's had a good campaign, so
yeah, he's had a good
we can only
campaign, and
trust
I
him.
think he's one goal away from being the
Golden
top
boot.
scorer. So he's
Yeah,
actually, I mean, if Chelsea wins this competition, you would say Neto would probably be one of the players who would be in the
player,
team
player
of
of the
the
competition.
player of the competition. Obviously, he's not
Yeah,
he's not the best player in the competition, but he would probably have a good shout if
yeah,
you're going to pick the first top 11 players in the competition. So there's a lot of I think it is I won't call it a chess game because both teams have different style. So you
yeah. They
can only
do,
call this a chess game where you think both teams kind of play the same kind of tactics, and
and they
then
are trying to outdo each other. Yeah,
it's just trying to outdo each other. But it's completely different. It would heavily depend on individual brilliance and how we're able to sort of stay together, compact as a team. If we lose by getting the first, if we concede first, if we lose the first goal, we need to not lose our heads because you've seen it in the past. Sometimes in the past,
yeah,
the moment Chelsea concedes, everything just goes all right.
yeah. It just goes up. Yeah,
Everything just goes off. Yeah. Sometimes we can be very good. I saw statistics about Chelsea haven't actually lost a first half in this. I think it's in this competition. Yeah, we
oh,
haven't
really?
we haven't lost in the first half. So that's
Okay,
obviously commendable. So
that's something. Yeah.
yeah, so this is something for the punters as well, the guys who probably want to put a few money
If
into
you
this game,
if you quit, yeah,
a few quid into this game. So Chelsea haven't actually lost in this competition in the first half of each of the games they've played. So I would probably think that the first half will be very, very tight. I don't think PSG would have enough to break us down in the first half because we play this very, very controlled, safe, calm football. Sometimes it
yeah,
can even be borderline boring. You know,
yeah. It is
you
boring
just
sometimes.
you,
Yeah,
you see the defenders, they pass the ball to the midfielders,
left,
midfielders
right,
you
left,
pass it
back, left. Yeah,
right. And then you start seeing Cole Palmer starts trying to come in to see how he can get the ball to sort of move it to the wide players. So this
yeah,
is probably something we will see. But I think PSG would have more of the ball. We would probably be doing more of the chasing around. So it's going to be a very interesting game. I still think we would win by maybe a single goal. And everyone just needs to be switched on for that game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in closing, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I'm hoping that Chelsea have another trophy tomorrow. I think if we win this, it's going to complete the set. Okay, we keep saying this, and every other club fans tends to dismiss our all of
Our
this
achievement?
our achievements that we've had, but it's no small feats. And I think Maresca has to be very, very very, very tactical about how he goes about the player formation, who is responsible for sort of performing or doing what role in the team. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I still think Chelsea have a good chance of winning. Like I said, we don't have anything really to lose from this game.
Yeah.
It's more about PSG. If Don't be surprised if we win this game, more people would say, "Oh, PSG, they lost the game,"
They didn't
instead of
play. Yeah, they didn't play well. Yeah,
they didn't play
Chelsea played
well.
well.
Oh, they didn't play well.
Yeah,
They were not on top of it. Instead of actually giving us credit for it. So
exactly.
one way or the other, the narrative would always be slightly
About
leaning
PSG
against Chelsea
against
or
Chelsea. Yeah, yeah.
in whatever scenario. But we won't care about that. All we need to do is just focus on winning the game, and then we can just move on, go for the holiday, and then come back to start the new season. Yeah.
Yeah. So in closing, I would like to just remind everyone that um, in recent years, and I'm talking of 10, 20 years, I think, every time we've gone into a final as the underdog, we've won it. I
Yep.
can't remember when we've gone in or not. In fact, the finals we lose are the finals that we are
And the
either
finals that we
on the
they
same
expect us
level
to win.
or we expect exactly. So
Yeah.
I will not see football is very unpredictable. And I hope we get that shocker for rival fans. And it's gonna be a reality check to people that feel like they know they can predict football. Everything just has gone into a final as the underdog. Man City, more recent years, Bayern Munich, the Champions League final. In fact, we're not the underdogs for the Betis game in the Conference League, but just to
Yeah.
highlight that a lot of people actually thought Real Betis would beat us. Anthony was going to do a number on us, but Anthony was like Anthony of United
We saw the
for that
Anthony
game.
Manu, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And it's been really, I think we can agree that it's been an exhilarating podcast today.
Yeah.
We actually look forward to the game. Let's not forget the game is going to be held tomorrow at about 8 p.m. Nigerian and UK time. I think that should be 2 p.m. American time, depending on where in America you are.
Yeah.
So thank you, Isibor, for joining this podcast
Thank you,
today,
Uyi.
and
Thank you so
we
much.
can't wait to have everyone again for the review after the game tomorrow. To the audience, keep your eyes peeled for the review and follow our social media handles. Leave a like on this video and do well to subscribe. Comment in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your prediction. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Ciao.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.